So at GreenRock, we can't and don't ever want to try to pretend like we can be all things to all people. Sometimes people want different services or products that just simply aren't within our expertise. So because of that, I've gathered a list of some of the other companies that do a really good job for people when they want specific things that we really can't deliver. So for example, if people really want to do a lot of trading and they want a high level of service, people available, Charles Schwab does a really good job at that. For people who are really cost focused and they're really focused on retirement investing, I think Vanguard does a really good job with people like that. And for people who really want to mostly do it themselves or they really want to invest with crypto, I think M1 Finance does a really good job. And lastly, for people who want a very exclusive faith-based approach to all their financial decision making, Blue Trust does a really good job at that. So let's look at some of the details on each of these companies. So with Charles Schwab, the pros are you can choose brokerage accounts, or advisory accounts where you get help from a robo-advisor, or you can get access to a full-service person. They have many different types of accounts that are available, so it's going to be a fit for just about everybody that way. And there are branches all across the US, so you can visit there if one's close to you, or you can get someone on the phone anytime. Additionally, you have access to Charles Schwab Bank for cash management stuff, ATMs, debit cards, checks, more stuff like that. Also, they have a really well-known Thinkorswim trading platform that's really good for trading options if that's something that you want to do. Some of the cons I've found with Charles Schwab is that you can't buy cryptocurrency. Also, the costs tend to be a little bit higher than other options like Vanguard or M1. And also, there are very low interest rates available on any cash balances that are left over. The fees range from 0% to 1% depending on the program that you choose, and there are multiple choices. So on to Vanguard. So the pros of working with Vanguard are that they're one of the largest in client assets. They're the originators of index investing. They've been doing it a really long time. There's no transaction fees to buy or sell their ETF funds or mutual funds. And the built-in expenses to those mutual funds are among the lowest in the entire industry. They have a lot of different solutions, so you can get digital-only solutions, you can get access to a team of advisors, or you can get a personal advisor to help work for you. And these are pretty good options for a really pretty low-cost service. The cons, though, are that they have limited account types, so that might not work for all situations. Also, the service isn't really the most robust compared to some of the other alternatives, and there's also no banking option like there would be with Charles Schwab. Additionally, you have to have at least $500,000 invested to get access to a dedicated advisor. Their fees, they have a $25 per account fee, and then their advisory fees range from 0.2% to 0.4%, depending on the level of service and the level of investment that you have and choose. On to M1 Finance. So pros of M1 Finance are they provide access to both bank and brokerage accounts. The brokerage accounts will allow you to access cryptocurrencies. They make building an investment really easy. They have these things they call pies, and then they make ready-made pies, so you can just kind of choose an option if you don't want to build it yourself. They also offer pretty good interest on any of their cash account balances. So some of the cons of working with M1, they have very limited resources for learning. So you really are on your own. There's not a lot of learning to happen, and they have no program for advisor help. So it really is a DIY solution. Also, you cannot trade whenever you want to, but you can only do transactions within what they call trade windows. And so that might not work for people who want to trade more frequently or trade at a certain time. Their fees are really low, $3 per month on a platform fee if you have less than $10,000 or no active personal loan. On to Blue Trust. So Blue Trust is unique in that they're really focused on applying biblical principles to their financial stewardship. So they offer a really robust and holistic menu of services from financial planning, investments, to estate planning, trust services, and even business consulting. Some of the cons is that there's only 19 offices over the United States, so there may not be one that's not close to you. And also the pricing is not transparent. In fact, I can't even figure out what exactly that they charge. And they're much more of a traditional financial advisor that way. I do know that there's a $2,000 minimum fee and what I could find, and then also that there's a $150,000 account minimum to access some of those advisory services. So those are some of the other companies that might be a good fit for people who are really looking for something specific that Green Rock does not provide.